All right, the biggest news story of the week is not Donald Trump, it's not Elon Musk, it's not SpaceX, but for option traders. All right, today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about it being a historic day for Bitcoin and what I'm doing about it. So let's get going. Hey folks, Tom Gentile, America's Pattern Trader here with another historic day for Bitcoin. So let's first review the important dates that I believe are important for Bitcoin over the last 15 years before we get to today. So 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto publishes the Bitcoin white paper. 2009, it was the first block of Bitcoin that was ever mined. 2010, you might remember Laszlo Hanyek paid 10,000 BTC for 2 Papa John's pizzas. At the time, Bitcoin, $1, bought 1,300 Bitcoin. Imagine that. 2011, it was the Silk Road that was developed by Ross Ulbricht, who started accepting Bitcoin, and that significantly increased its visibility and use. All right, 2012 was the first halving. That took BTC rewards from 50 to 25. 2013, the largest Bitcoin exchange at the time, which was Mt. Gox, filed for bankruptcy, losing 650,000 BTC. Now, this started causing governments, even companies like People's Republic of China. The bank declared Bitcoin not a currency. Now, here's an interesting one. At the same time, the IRS decided to treat it as a property for tax purposes. And I think that's when we first legitimized Bitcoin in America. And it was a roundabout way of doing it. 2015, we saw significant price drops, dropping below $200 at one point. 2016, the second halving occurred, and that reduced the block reward from 25 BTC down to 12.5. 2017 is when a lot of America saw Bitcoin's price soar in the holidays, reaching nearly $20,000 by the end of the year. 2018 and 2019 started the Bitcoin winter. 2020, big thing here other than COVID was MicroStrategy became the first company to really invest in Bitcoin. And also we had our third halving occur, reducing the reward to 6.25 BTC. 2021, nearly $69,000 in November. Companies like Tesla and Square now have investments in Bitcoin. We saw 2022 usher in the crypto winter. FTX and stablecoins really started to cause this. 2023, we bottomed. There also was the introduction of Ordinals Protocol that enabled NFTs on Bitcoin. 2024, we saw new highs. We saw the breaking of all-time highs, even to this day, influenced by the approval of Bitcoin ETFs. So what happened today, November 19th, 2024? Well, I'll tell you. Options on Blackrock's Bitcoin ETF launched today. You can get the full specs for the iBit options on the NASDAQ ISE website. But here's the top bullet points that I believe you need to know getting started right out of the gate. Number one, the options type is a physical settled option. That means when the option's exercised, the actual Bitcoin ETF iBit will be delivered to fulfill the contract. It will not be settled as cash. Number two, exercise style. That's American style options, allowing investors to exercise the contracts at any time before and up to expiration date. There are position limits on this option, set at 25,000 contracts. That's going to help mitigate risk. It's going to help mitigate market manipulation and ensure orderly trading. And of course, this option is listed on the ISE, and it'll follow the same rules as options for other ETFs. Now you know what happened today. You might be asking yourself, well, how is Tom playing this? Well, first the answer is yes, I am trading these. I actually traded some before the video. I took a trade in iBit options today. It was a simple trade. So that means I was either, let's see, if I'm cycle high on Bitcoin, I got to be either buying calls or selling puts. I do not buy calls the day that something comes out and becomes available for trading. In fact, that's what most people do. And that actually drives the prices of options higher. So typically on first trading day, we see options go higher than normal. So I want to fade that trend. So I want to, by being bullish on Bitcoin, I want to be bullish on iBit, but I am going to sell put options, right? I don't do it just for statistical reasons. There has to be a reason why I'm going to do this. and it's because of the cycle highs that are happening in Bitcoin. But yes, I sold some out of the money options on iBit. This is known as a sell to open, and these are the highlights on sell to opens. Selling iBit put options will obligate you to buy the ETF if the buyer puts decides to exercise his or her right. Now, you as a seller get paid a premium for this obligation, and cash secured puts, that's how I do this. That means I have the cash in my account to take the iBit shares if I have to. But it's one of the highest probability strategies to help create income. Now, here's what it looks like in a Robinhood account. First, I'm looking at the chart of iBit. At the time, it was trading at $52.63. Now, you can see it's a little bit dimmed over there to the left-hand side of the chart, and on the right-hand side of the chart, it's a little bit more pronounced. That's because the right-hand side of the chart shows the 9:30 start time. This is a 24-hour chart of iBit because it trades the 24-hour markets on Robinhood. Next, let's look at selling some puts. The first thing I notice when I open up the option screen is that these put options are only listed for monthlies. There are no weekly expiration dates yet, and I say yet. All right, so I go through, I find an option strike that I like and a month that I like. And what I want to put on the screen now is both the order placement side and the order filled side. On the left-hand side, you can see the strike, you can see the premium. The bid and the offer on this at the time was 340 by 360. I went ahead and split the difference and tried to get filled at 350. That gave me a medium fill likelihood. It was a day-only order. There's a credit there for selling these 5 contracts. So I went ahead and reviewed and placed the order. On the right-hand side, you can see that it got filled. Took a few minutes, but it ended up getting filled at my limit of $3.50 or better. Now, notice one more thing. The collateral on this means that I needed to set aside $25,000 as a cash secured put option. That means that if iBit is trading at or below my strike price, I'm gonna need to have the $25,000 set aside if I were to be assigned. All right, so what do you think about iBit options? Leave your comments below, but here are mine. I think they're very bright. I think iBit has a very bright future with its options. But for me doing complicated spreads, like a bull call spread or a bull put spread or butterflies or calendar spreads, something that involves more than one option strike, I'm going to wait. And the reason I'm going to wait is because I was looking at the spreads on these, and these were 20-cent wide. I want to see these spreads come down. I want to see more liquidity come in, and I want to see those options become penny options. I believe that's going to happen, and I believe it's going to happen really soon. So save the date in your head, Tuesday, November 9th, 2024. That's the day that spot ETFs were not only first traded for options, but it's also the day that Bitcoin got further legitimized as an asset and a store of value. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you did. I'll see you on the next one.